You'd eat some dogs.
No. Some dogs are very sweet.
Yes.
But I'll eat the douchebag ones.
Welcome back, everybody, to episode 12 of
Loud Foreigners with Sarah
and Ellery.
Why do you think that you can say your name first, bitch? It's always Ellery and Sarah. Why not Sarah and Ellery?
Because I've just been left behind my whole life.
Oh,
and
cry me a river.
Now I finally have a place where I can come first. And then my co-host is like, get in the back, bitch!
Back in the bus! Too soon? Sorry, Rosa.
Too soon.
I hope I don't get canceled for that.
I was at an event. I went to an event in Chicago. It's this all black queens drag show. Mm-hmm. Literally someone got on the mic and they were like, white people to the back, white people to the back.
Oh my god.
I was like, oh, okay. Luckily, I was already in the back, so.
I mean, I would have done it. I would have been like, yes, I will.
Sarah would have been like, grabbing her bag. She'd be like, to the back.
To the back we go.
He said, white people to the back.
I'm like, I ain't gonna fight that. I'm not gonna protest.
That is what, like, my mom, like, growing up, she would always be like, if a black person is telling you this is how they feel, you just nod your head and be like, yep. That's right.
Mm-hmm. That's right. White people suck.
Yep.
I'm sorry, but like,
don't
history
disagree.
shows that we're entitled. I don't know.
That's a mixed bag. White people are a mixed bag. All right. So with that note, and white people in Taiwan suck. Also.
Yeah.
Sorry.
This has taken a really like weird turn.
This is
How do we
this
turn
might
it back
be
around?
the darkest intro we've ever done.
Isn't that a song? Turn it back around, turn it around.
If I could turn back this
No,
podcast.
that's definitely not what I'm thinking of.
For our first segment today, we're going to be doing a new segment that we announced last time in episode 11, which
Sound
is...
effect.
That's our new segment sound effect. Let's hear it one more time.
Our new segment is an advice column where you send in messages and we read it and respond.
Here's our first one from an anonymous fan. I will read the message aloud. For your advice segment, hypothetically speaking, if I like to stick my dick in a jar of peanut butter for pleasure, is it still okay to make a PB&J the next morning when I'm hungover as fuck and that's the only thing in the kitchen? And for clarification, having a pleasure peanut bar jar and a sandwich peanut bar jar is out of the question. Way too expensive and way too much peanut butter. Asking for a friend.
I love this message.
I would say, if having two is out of the question, then, bitch, when you get up in the morning, you better get ready to use that dick as a butter knife. Because if the only fleshlight that you can, if you're poor, which clearly this person is.
Well, yeah, they're obviously a college student.
But the other thing is, like, I've never heard of using a jar of peanut butter as a fleshlight before.
Oh, I've heard it many a times.
Are you serious?
No, I'm so serious. I've heard like people actually do this. And I'm sure it's like creamy peanut butter, like the extra creamy smooth, not the crunchy. Because I feel like...
Crunchy, maybe, yeah.
Because I'm like, wouldn't the nuts get all up in your nut? Bad joke.
Yeah, so anyway, my advice is, yeah, I mean, it's fine as long as you don't cum in the jar.
Here's my thing.
As long as your dick is clean.
Yeah, I would have a problem if you ejaculated into the peanut butter jar.
What a waste of peanut butter then.
And then ate that the next day. Like, I would judge you for that a little bit.
I don't think they want to do that. They don't want to
A little bit.
All right, our next one. Serious question. I love public bathrooms, exhibitionism, anything about fooling around in public makes my kitty purr. However...
That was my kitty.
That was the kitty purring, in case anybody didn't get what that sound effect was. However, most of the time, these things are illegal. How should I go about fulfilling my tits, balls, and dick out fantasy without getting me or anyone else in trouble?
Well, here's my thing. I'm all for public sex, nudity, tastefully, But yes, unfortunately, it is illegal. Especially where we live. Go somewhere a little secluded. My question is, they wouldn't receive the same pleasure in like a secluded public place. Like, let's say I'm imagining like a secluded beach or a park, you know, like outside of the city.
No, I think that that's also fine.
Okay.
But that is also, you know, risky to a degree.
Sure.
So this is where my advice would be basically be willing to take the risk. Look, for any kind of pleasure we're trying to get in our lives, like there's a certain amount of risk. With going skiing, there's a certain amount of risk involved that you might hit a tree and die. Like that is a risk that you take when you go skiing. Now, because it's skiing, everybody's like, well, of course you're willing to take that risk. Like that's fine. It's skiing. Skiing's great. But when it comes to sex, people are very naturally sex negative. They're like, oh, well, yeah, you get pleasure from doing that, but it's sex, so it's naughty, it's bad. So that risk isn't worth it. And I disagree. I think just like skiing, sex is fun.
So you support people having sex in public places?
Yeah, sure. I think just being smart about it is the most important thing. Like don't get too cocky. Like, oh, well, I got away with it here and here and here.
Yeah.
So then I'm going to do this extra risky thing, which I think is something a lot of people do, is they try to walk right up to the line. Yeah, so I would say just be smart and you'll be fine.
I mean, I've seen people giving head in many parks.
When you like you were just walking through the park and you saw that? Really?
I believe so. I feel like I've seen it a couple of times,
It's
like here and
gay
there.
men?
No, actually, it's always been like straight couples.
What? Really?
I'm like, that bitch is not sleeping on your lap, okay? I see the head like bobbing up and down slowly.
Interesting. Okay, so it's not just the gays, everybody. It's not just the gays.
It's not just the gays. It's the girls too.
Interesting. You know, there's this whole video that went viral in Taiwan of a guy getting a blowjob in the Kaohsiung MRT subway.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, and it was like she was like you described. She was like under a sweatshirt or something. Yeah.
On the MRT.
On the MRT, yeah, and someone else took a video of it, and it was all over.
I want to see
media.
it. Is it off?
You might be able to find it somewhere. I think it was on Apple Daily, but that was already like 5 years ago. But yeah.
Oh wow,
yeah.
I wasn't alive back then.
We hope that. We hope that everybody enjoyed our new advice segment. If you have something you want advice on, please message us at Loud Foreigners on Instagram. Our Instagram is Loud Foreigners. Also,
DM.
As long as we're talking about social media, please leave a 5-star review for our podcast on Apple Podcasts. Our next segment is... Did this happen?
Did this really happen?
Sorry, did this... Let's do that again.
Our next segment is...
Did this really happen?
Question mark, question mark.
Why did we think of that to like say it at the same time?
I know.
Brilliant. So cute.
So, Ellery, for new listeners out there, what is this segment all about?
This segment is one of us will tell a story or say something really brief, a thing that happened. It can be really, really, really short. Could be a little longer. Doesn't matter. And the other person will guess, is this BS? Is this false? This didn't really happen? Or did this really happen? An important rule for this game is you cannot tell a true story and then fabricate some extra little shit on top of it.
No.
To make it seem a little bit No, it has to be 100% false or 100% true.
Amen.
Here we go. The first one. When I was in the 4th grade, wild turkeys entered the elementary school and started running down the hallway, chasing children and attacking them. As children ran and were like running through the hallways, running away from the wild turkeys, and then they had to evacuate the turkeys.
Were you present?
I was late for school.
So you were not chased by a wild turkey?
Oh, mad. that I was so, the biggest FOMO of my life. Wow. One of the biggest FOMOs of my life to have missed this amazing event.
Were there any injuries?
Hold on, before any questions.
No. I have follow-up questions.
Follow-up questions before you ask.
Before I determine.
There were no injuries, no.
What year was this?
I was in the 4th grade, so whenever that was,
so 1980. Sorry, 85.
No, it was like 80, it was like 97, 96, 97.
Okay. I'm going to go with my gut. My gut says it's true.
It is. It's true. There are many wild turkeys in Madison, in the city. They live in like the protected parks, and there's one of them really close. It's called Owen Park, and it's very close to my elementary school, John Muir. And the turkeys will like go. They even had like issues with them attacking cars and attacking children on their way home from school and all kinds of things. They're very aggressive. Turkeys are extremely aggressive animals, so don't feel bad about eating them, I guess.
So can I still be a vegetarian and eat turkey?
Honestly, if you want to say I'm a turkeyarian, go ahead.
Okay. I'm veggie, but I still eat turkey and chicken occasionally.
You should say is I eat douchebag animals. Ooh, that's a good one, right?
Pigs are very sweet. Cows are very sweet. Off the table.
Off the table.
No.
Literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. Okay.
So you'd eat some dogs.
No. Because some dogs are very sweet.
Yes.
But I'll eat the douchebag ones.
Yep.
Sure.
All right, Sarah, your turn. You do one.
I once went on a date with a guy who literally talked about himself the whole time. And once I decided that this was not going any further, I just boldly asked him in this exact tone, "So, are you gonna ever ask me about myself? Or are you only interested in yourself on this date?"
100% true happened.
Yes. True. True.
How did he react to that?
Well...
Was he just like,
He was a local, and so he was pretty awkward about the whole thing. And he didn't realize, like, the social severity of the situation. That meant, like, you're fucking dead to me, you know, and this is not going anywhere. And you're kind of a piece of shit. And he was just like, sorry. And then he had the gall to say, "What would you like me to ask about you?" I swear to God. He said, "So, what would you like to talk about?" And I was like, "Oh, really? So I have to come up with my own questions too? Yeah, this is done. Goodbye, sir. Good day."
One time I had this guy over at my house, and we were making out, and I was like kind of feeling down at his crotch, and then I felt something like surprisingly hard and large that I wasn't expecting, and I was like, okay, that might be it, but it felt like kind of weird. And then when I actually opened his hands, which he seemed to like, he wasn't like sure if he wanted me to do that, like he was kind of like not totally, but he kind of wanted it, but like kind of didn't.
Okay.
And then when I opened his pants, there was literally a large banana. And it was like green. It was like green and kind of like hard.
You're kidding.
And I was like, did he like want me to think that this was his penis?
Like a very unripe banana.
Yeah.
In his pants, like in his underwear?
Like in his, yeah, and he had put it in his underwear so that like...
So that was like very intentional.
Yes.
What?
So I took his, but then when I found it, he was like kind of embarrassed, and he was like, and I was like, and then he just like took it out, and like, yeah, and I was like really confused, and I was like, but then I was like...
This can't be real,
I was like,
bitch. This can't be real. This is false. This is fucking false. Okay?
You got me!
That's false, bitch.
I felt like we had to have at least one fake one, but I got you for a bit there.
You did! I was like, I could see someone doing some weird shit like that.
Thanks everybody for being with us today. We hope you enjoyed episode 12 of Loud Foreigners.
That's the sound you make when you're motorboating me.
What does that mean to motorboat someone?
Like put your face in their tits and go. Oh my god, I hope my brothers did not make it to this point.
Bye everybody, love you.
Bye.
Bye. Remember to follow us on Instagram, Loud Foreigners.
Loud Foreigners.
At Loud Foreigners.
Follow us or you're fucking dead.